Welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make a dessert that I'm just going to call it a apple bake. It could be a quick and easy apple pie recipe or apple dumpling, but it tastes very similar to apple pie. It's got a doughy top crust on it. So let's get started on the apple bake. I'm going to do a half a recipe because there's just Catherine and I. And so what I have is an 8x6 pan. If you have a family of 4 or 5, you'll probably want to double this recipe. So what I've done is I have 2 pretty large Granny Smith apples that I've peeled and I've cut into pretty thin slices. And from what I'm told, what I remember was Granny Smith is a good one because it's not a real sweet apple. And when you're baking with apples, it's best to use more of a sour apple. So we're going to pour these apples just right into the baking dish. So you can see it's maybe half full. So if you're using a larger baking dish, that's kind of a thing to go by. And to a separate bowl, I have a half a cup of flour, a half a cup of sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I'm going to mix these dry ingredients really well. Okay, that's mixed in good. I'm really anxious to try this because it's been many years since I've had this. Okay, so now the recipe says just to add 1 egg. Don't beat it, don't mix it or anything, just add the egg. Almost like a dough, so I'm going to just spread it on top. Our last step, a 1/4 of a cup of melted butter that I've melted in the microwave, and then I've kind of let it cool off a little bit, but it's still, still very liquidy. So now I'm just going to pour this on top. Trying to get a good even coat all over. Well, that sounds too easy. Now I'm going to bake it into an oven I've already got preheated at 350 degrees. And I'm going to bake this for 30 to 40 minutes, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, so it's been about 35 minutes. We'll pull it out of the oven, but let's let it cool off. What I'm going to do is put this in a little dish, and it's great with like ice cream on top. I like to pour milk on the top of mine, or you could even put a little dollop of whipped cream. And it's good to eat warm, so I'm gonna let this just cool off a little bit, and then we'll serve some up. Okay, I've let it cool off a little bit. Let me take a little piece of this. Actually, a big piece of this. Looks great. So what I did when I was a kid, I just poured a little bit of milk on there. And that was good enough for me. Today, we got some blueberries on hand, so I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of blueberries on here. let's go all out today. We'll put a little dollop of whipped cream. All right, let's give this a try. I'm gonna get just the apple and the milk. Yeah, one blueberry. Wow, so good. Apples are very tender. I like that cinnamon on there. This is a great dessert. And it was so easy to make and didn't take very long. The way it is, it's kind of a soft, doughy top, like a apple dumpling, I guess is what I'd say. So go ahead and try this. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to Ed Foodie right over there. Thank you.